Bisa dibaca.
Okay, this lecture, an introduction to counterterrorism studies, is intended solely for academic and educational purposes. It does not promote, endorse, or discriminate against any individual, group, sect, tribe, clan, religion, or political affiliation. The content is based on scholarly research, established security studies, and global counterterrorism frameworks. While the discussion may cover sensitive topics, including but not limited to specific terrorist groups, ideologies, tactics, and case studies, it is presented objectively to foster understanding, critical thinking, and academic discourse. Participants are encouraged to engage with the subject matter openly and respectfully. Any opinions expressed during discussions are for academic exploration only and do not reflect any personal or institutional bias. Thank you for your understanding. So I have posted my bio note for you to read. Okay, end of our session, we hope you will gain deeper understanding of the definition, types, and motivation behind terrorism, explore the evolving global terrorism landscape and its implication for Southeast Asia and beyond, examine the various counter-terrorism approaches from military intervention to socio-political economic strategies, and discuss the role of intelligence, cybersecurity, and community engagement in preventing radicalization and mitigating threats. Okay, for our background, counterterrorism in the Philippines and Southeast Asia is a critical security concern due to the presence of extremist groups such as Abu Sayyaf, the Maudi Group, and the New People's Army. The region also faces transnational threats, with Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand combating radical organizations like Jemaah Islamiyah and separatist insurgents. Okay, before defining terrorism, it is important to recognize that it is one of the most misused and politically charged terms in modern discourse. With over 200 documented definitions, the term lacks a universally accepted academic standard and remains highly contested in both scholarly and policy circles. This ambiguity allows nations, organizations, and interest groups to interpret and apply the term in ways that align with their own political, ideological, and strategic objectives. As a result, what one state or entity labels as terrorism, another may perceive as an act of resistance or a legitimate struggle. This lack of consensus underscores the inherent bias in defining terrorism, making it not just a security issue but deeply complex political and academic debate. Okay, let's start defining terrorism. According to Republic Act number 11479, also known as Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020 of the Philippines, terrorism is defined as acts committed by any person within or outside the Philippines, regardless of the states of execution, engages in acts intended to cause death or serious bodily injury to any person or endangers person's life, causes extensive damage or destruction to a government or public facility, critical infrastructure or private property, or develops, manufactures, possesses, acquires, transports, supplies, or uses weapons, explosive, biological, nuclear, radiological, or chemical weapons, when the purpose of such act is by its nature and context, is to intimidate general public, create an atmosphere or spread a message of fear, provoke or influence by intimidation the government or any of its international organization, seriously destabilize or destroy the fundamental political, economic, or social structures of the country, or create a public emergency, or seriously undermine public safety. Okay, as I said earlier, the word terrorism is one of the most abused vocabulary in the dictionary. There are so many definitions of the word terrorism, same as the word politics. Okay, the UN has its own definition. The UN has struggled to adopt a single definition due to political sensitivities, but commonly referred definition describes terrorism as criminal acts intended or calculated to provoke a state of terror in the general public, a group of persons or particular persons for political purposes. The U.S. Department of State describes terrorism as a means premeditated, politically motivated violence perpetrated against non-combatant targets by subnational groups or clandestine agents. Okay, the FBI has its own meaning. The unlawful use of force or violence against persons or property to intimidate or coerce a government, civilian population, or any segment thereof in furtherance of political or social objectives. While the European Union describes terrorism as acts committed to seriously intimidate a population, unduly compelling a government or international organization to perform or abstain from performing any act or seriously destabilizing or destroying the fundamental political